It's the year 2023. You're looking for that perfect piece to bring your outfit all the way together, and boom, you come across a Carhartt jacket. Now, Detroit has many staples, and one of them happens to be the Carhartt brand. I did a little digging and found out some pretty dope things about Carhartt, how it started, and how they became such a reliable brand. So let's get into the history of Carhartt. So Carhartt started in 1889, making overalls in a small loft in Detroit. Hamilton wasn't seeing much success in the beginning, which led him to research what the market was missing and contacted railroad workers. At the time, heavy-duty workers didn't have reliable clothing brands for heavy-duty work. So with speaking with these railroad workers, Hamilton created the Carhartt overall bib in 1907 in South Carolina at Rock Hill Cotton Factory. Rock Hill is named for the rocky hills that was used as a landmark for Indians and early settlers when they traveled. The overall was created and it had pockets to fit each tool that all railroad workers would need for work. Carhartt soon became a standard when it came to quality workwear. What's pretty cool to me is that Carhartt's original logo actually paid tribute to the railroad workers, with the design being a heart over a railroad to represent Carhartt. The logo that you'll see today in retail stores was created in 1970 though. In 1910, the brand was starting to have big motion. Carhartt got sewing facilities in Atlanta, Dallas, San Francisco, and Detroit. Not only were they in these locations, but they also went international and expanded to Ontario, Toronto, Vancouver, and Liverpool. They landed a facility in Paris as well as a New York warehouse. The brand also manufactured cars from 1910 to 1912. It was only 2 years because they weren't making as much profit as they were clothing, so they decided to end it. Carhartt linked with the military to create clothing for soldiers, Marines, and wear for women that worked in the factories on base for World War I and II. That is so crazy to me. Like, imagine collabing with the government on your clothing line. Like, their clothing were just that good. I'm just learning that Carhartt short coat hasn't had any changes since it's dropped in 1917. So if you bought one today, it will still look the exact same from back then. Carhartt had 2 cotton mills providing work with way better pay and benefits than other mills in the area. This company really raised the bar, offering their employees night school, opportunities to develop music talents, wellness care, playgrounds for their children, social gatherings, reduced cost of living, as well as making employees stockholders of the company. Like, how amazing is that, to actually be a partner of the company and not just feel like any other employee? I feel like Hamilton was really invested in his workers. He made the world's most durable clothing in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It started in Detroit, but the best clothing was made in the South. In 1929, the stock market crashed and Carhartt almost closed down. But fortunately, with hard work, faith, and passion, they made it through the Great Depression. Hamilton Carhartt passed away in 1937, so due to his passing, his son Wiley became president of the company. Wiley was a huge influence as to why Carhartt's first outdoor wear products, the Super Ducks and Super Fab hunting line, came out in the 1930s. It was reported that Gretchen Carhartt Vlade recently passed away December 30th, 2022 at 97 years old in her Grosse Pointe home. Rest in peace, Gretchen. Wiley's daughter, Gretchen Carhartt, married Robert Vlade, who became leader of the company in 1958. Robert made it possible for Carhartt to do private labels for many stores, including Sears, JCPenney, and Montgomery Ward, so you know the money was rolling in even more after that. Business expanded, and in 1975, the heavy-duty hooded jacket Active Jack came out. I really love this jacket. It's super durable, and it's definitely a stylish piece to have a part of your wardrobe. This piece is still one of the top jackets sold to this day, so shout out to Robert for that. Around this time, huge quantities of shipments for the construction of Alaska Pipeline grew the brand even more. Carhartt dropped their work in progress label in 1889 with a target market of buyers in Europe and Asia. The company really started popping in the streets around the 1980s-1990s. During this time, you would catch people in the music industry rocking Carhartt, so naturally everybody else was gravitating towards it too. The brand appeared in Vogue, fashion shows in New York, and Harper's Bazaar around this time. This is when Carhartt became more so streetwear. You catch celebrities such as Nas, Tupac, Naughty by Nature, and Eazy-E rocking the brand. But who really started this Carhartt wave? Arguably, it was Tommy Boy Records. So Tommy Boy Records had artists such as Coolio, Method Man, Gucci Man, and Naughty by Nature. In 1989, the label bought a huge stock of Carhartt jackets and embroidered their own design on them, selling it as their own. This made that C logo always recognizable. In 1998, Hamilton's great-grandson, Mark Valadez, became the president of Carhartt. Mark made it possible for Carhartt to launch a bunch of Carhartt-owned retail stores, a full women's line of products, and an extremely successful line of flame-resistant garments. More garments were introduced, such as the Quick Duck, Storm Defender, Rain Defender, Carhartt Force, and Carhartt Force Extremes. In 2004, Carhartt partnered with Red Wing Shoe Company and sold shoes under the Carhartt brand. Carhartt was for sure making waves and moves. 2013 comes and Linda Hubbard becomes the president, which made her the first non-family member to be in charge of the brand. Linda is an MSU graduate of 1982 with a bachelor's in accounting. In 2014, Carhartt partnered with the New Holland Brewery and crafted a beer for the brand's customers. I believe that Hamilton Carhartt was a very stand-up guy. He believed that the prosperity of his employees created better denim, and you could tell. The true wealth of Hamilton was in his character. Carhartt is now a global brand with a name and a word they plan on sticking to, and I love it. Carhartt, outworking them all since 1889. Honest value for an honest dollar. You guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you follow us at Lavender Palette on Instagram. Like, subscribe, and comment who you like to see us do next.